Hello, UCAR. Peter Christensen here, coming to you from the CEO's desk. Going to go back to the basics with this one. Going to talk about just contract formation stuff and specifically acceptance. So the way contract law works is the person who creates the offer for the contract can, within the offer, within the initial offer of the contract, stipulate how that offer can be accepted. And so what do we have in the REPC? What does it say? Well, it is in section 23. And it says acceptance occurs only when all of the following have occurred. A, seller or buyer has signed the offer or counteroffer where noted and indicated acceptance, to indicate acceptance, sorry. And B, seller or buyer or their agent has communicated to the other party or to the other party's agent that the offer or counteroffer has been signed as required. So we usually just shorten it and say it's been signed and accepted. Signed and communicated. And that is acceptance. Now, it's a little weird, and why it ended up that way, I don't know. Predates my time in this industry for sure. Honestly, we've talked about fixing it when we've changed the REPC up. Fixing it. Sorry, that makes it sound like there's a problem. There's not a problem. But it's kind of a weird way to accept a contract that has to be signed, communicated. Do you need a copy of it as the other side before it's official? No, you don't. My client can sign it. I can send over some communication saying, hey, they have signed the offer. You're under contract. And it could be days before you get a copy of that signed contract. But you're still under contract. And you're still bound by the terms, and if you're a seller, you can't keep entertaining. You can't go under contract with someone else that you get a better deal for, or you're double contracted. So it's a weird way to do it, but ultimately, when we looked at it and said, is it time to change that? Really don't get a lot of feedback that there are problems with this, even as strange as it is. But you got to understand it. It's a fundamental. And so let's say your client signs it. Seller signs it and says, okay, looks good to you? Yeah, looks good. And they sign it. But prior to anyone communicating it to the other side, seller changes their mind on some terms, new information comes to light. They decide they're not moving. The job falls through. Whatever the circumstances. Are they under contract? They've signed the offer. No, because it hasn't been communicated yet to the other side. So could you sign something and then hold off on communicating and wait to see whether something, till something gets resolved before you communicate that over? Yes, because you should not be in any danger of being under contract if you simply signed it, but you're not communicating that to the other side. Signing it is not the definitive moment. It's communication of that signing. And vice versa. Your client is in Lake Powell, and they don't have cell service, and you're sending them all the electronic stuff saying, please, please, please sign this. I want to tell the other side that you've accepted this and that you're under contract, but they haven't actually signed it. So you really can't communicate, hey, we're under contract. Even if they verbally told you, oh, yeah, totally. We're totally in on this. You haven't accepted it per the terms of the REPC because you have to sign it first as the principal. So kind of weird, and really what it says is you're communicating that it has been signed as required. Isn't that kind of interesting? You're not communicating, hey, we're under contract. They've accepted your offer. You're communicating they've signed your offer or counteroffer, which then puts you under contract. They've accepted it. But that's kind of interesting how it's written in there. So just a fundamental, but a lot of stuff is built on that. And it is a bit abnormal in the world of contracts that we have this system, but that is the system we work with. And yeah, that's the way, for better or worse. That's what it says. Remember, this is not legal advice. This is legal information only. If you need specific legal advice, please contact your attorney. And thanks for tuning in.